Hello, today I'm going to be taking a quick look and doing a review of the Kayfun Lite 2019 edition. So this is from Svoemesto, a very popular, well-known name in tanks and atomizers. This one costs £69.95. I purchased this from Creme de Vape in the UK, based in the UK. It comes in a 22mm and 24mm versions. This version is the 22mm. It is 33mm tall. I'm not sure if that includes the drip tip or not. It didn't say that on the site. It has a 2mm capacity tank. Has adjustable airflow. You can see here there's just an airflow hole there, and that doesn't move. So the adjustable airflow is inside there. You can see that little bit of white inside the 510. That is where you adjust your airflow from, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. It comes with the versions are either a clear or autumn window. The one I got was an autumn window, and it comes with lots of accessories were available at launch on the website when it came out. Currently it is pretty much out of stock, so I went ahead and purchased two accessories. I purchased the fire bell cap, which is basically the autumn bell cap, and that cost £13.95. And along with that, I also picked up a autumn drip tip, which was £5.75. So just from the prices alone, you see this isn't your budget end of the vaping spectrum. This is getting towards the high end and the more fancy la-di-da stuff. So just be warned going forwards. So let's just take a little look at it and take it apart. So it's going to be good on camera. There you go. So you've got the drip tip there, and that flies everywhere. So your drip tip with the Svoemesto logo on it. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do. There you go. Then the tank is actually in 4 sections. Basically it's in a few sections. So you've got the bottom part there, which you take off, and isn't always to take off, and that's something that'll come in the cons. Basically with this, sometimes when you tighten this up, you don't even have to tighten it up too much, but sometimes obviously it gets a little bit too tight, and then you have to get a little screwdriver, poke it in the hole to get enough purchase to be able to unscrew it, which, yeah, this day and age, not great. But again, I'll cover that in the pros and cons in a bit. So you take off there, that is your deck. So let's actually get that under the camera. So that's your deck there, and it's nice, simple deck. See, so the wicking holes are there either side of the coil, and then the juice can come in both from the side and through those two holes there, or those 4 holes, 2 holes each side. And then you've got the screws on the top there. Quite good. So then you take the rest of the tank apart. You just unscrew it like that. And then you have the chimney section there. See there, you see there, those are the holes that the juice comes through when the tank is put together. There you've got your little autumn ring there, and your basic top cap there. So I'll actually put on the very expensive bell cap that I purchased to go with it. So I will put that on now so you can see what it looks like. This is how I have been using the tank. I haven't used it with these 2 sections attached at all. I've only been using like that. Okay, so let's go through the pros on this. Obviously, being from Svoemesto and being the price it is, it's very well made. You can tailor the airflow exactly to how you want it. Now, obviously, it's not your normal nice swizzle around at the bottom, get your airflow set, and there you go. Obviously you have to do a little bit more work using the little screw in there to get your airflow dialed in. But one of the pros of that is once it's dialed in, it's set and it isn't moving anywhere. So you can mess around with your tank however much you want, refilling it, filling it, whatever, taking it apart, everything. That airflow is always going to remain exactly how you set it. Another pro from this, it's very easy to wick. I've had 2 builds in this so far. Both times wicked straight away, no problem, no worries at all. So on to the cons. So as I said before, it can be sometimes a little bit difficult to take apart and refill. So you have to use a little tool to get that out. The need to have to do that, in my opinion, is a con. You have to say it as a con in this day and age because it has no top fill. But again, having the bottom fill does have its benefits to, avoiding pressure build up, avoiding flooding, etc. So I have to put it down as a con, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. One thing I did notice, if I can take this apart, I will show you. That's good. I didn't tighten it up too much. That's good. Now this is probably just me. Obviously, as you know, if you've seen my videos, I am slightly cack-handed when it comes to certain things. But I had some issues. As you can see there, the wires are barely raised off of the bottom of the deck. And I had a problem when I was wicking it that, see, there's so little. Now, can I get this in there and it's still in focus? Yes, I can. So you can see there's like the wire is barely off of that deck there, barely off of it. And that's sort of me fiddling around to it, but the coil itself is in the right position. So I did find that a problem. Obviously, that when I first built it with this exact coil, obviously you test it, you check it, and it goes, oh, it's shorting out because it was touching the bottom of the deck. So again, I have to put that as a con. They could have had that part of the deck slightly lowered so you didn't have that problem. It could have been slightly further down below the screws than it is. Okay, so let's do a comparison, and for this I'm going to use my Cthulhu Hastur Mini. I think it's the most comparable tank that I own. Building and coiling perspective, I'd say they're very comparable on that. They're both quite easy to build on. They both have their own little quirks, but so on that one, I'm saying that they're very comparable in that respect. Wicking, how easy is it to wick? Both of them are quite easy to wick. I think the Kayfun is slightly easier because it is just literally putting the wick into those 2 channels and away you go. So from that perspective, I'd say the Kayfun is slightly easier to wick out of the 2 of them. Flavour, for me, they're comparable. They are very similar. I can't see much difference between the 2 of them. So on that respect, I'd say there's no real difference. Overall, I mean, so from a form and functional standpoint, they're very similar. As an all-round package, I'd say the Hastur is probably better when you take into account the price difference and the fact that it's top fill. However, that said, when you look at these 2, it is down to personal choice. It's down to which one do I like the look of more, which one suits my budget more. So in conclusion, with the Kayfun Lite 2019, so this is the first time I've owned a Kayfun. So obviously a lot of other reviews you'll see, people will have been vaping a lot longer than I have and will have had the whole Kayfun journey before. So my perspective will be slightly different. So I mean, sort of things with the build quality overall is very high for the cost. That's exactly what I would expect it to be. The lack of top fill, again, this day and age, should really have that. And the fact that if I was to take this out and about with me, I'd have to carry a tool with me just in case I had to refill my tank and I couldn't get the bottom off of it. In this day and age, that really shouldn't be the case. This seems to have been a known thing amongst Kayfun aficionados, and I only sort of found out about it by watching people and seeing them talk about it and giving us new Kayfun owners a bit of advice. If you're interested in buying one and you have the budget, certainly try it. If you're looking for your first mouth to lung RTA, try the Hastur first. So that's about everything. Thanks a lot for watching, and again, leave any comments or suggestions or questions in the bottom underneath the video, and I will speak to you next time. Bye.